Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your what's cracking for the 11th of March. I might start with the Thelema Tarot here. I pulled it out yesterday to do a reading and then just left it out for a little while. I love this deck. And then I've got a couple of other decks out there, but we'll use the Thelema for the what's cracking this morning. I want to say a huge thank you to some people who sent through some emails yesterday. Sometimes, people share things with me when they're having personal readings or going through some crisis. And yes, I still do read my emails. Maybe I will not be able to do that forever, but for as long as I can, I will still read and answer emails. And both of them were so beautiful to me, and one in particular actually made me cry. Well, they didn't make me cry. That's really silly. One of them brought a lot of emotion to the surface for me, and I want to say thank you. And I won't mention names because I don't want people to be embarrassed. And I know people love sharing this journey with me, and I guess that's me trying really hard to make sure that I, stay in contact with whoever. Now, I don't answer emails when people are asking for free readings, and I don't answer emails if people are being mean or rude. There's a love offer coming in here. But I do answer those that I feel that I'm drawn to, or feel that, I might be able to support them. But it's some of the stuff that people write me back that makes me realise what an impact I have on some of your lives, and that just crumbles and humbles me like beyond belief. So I want to say thank you. I'm still very humbled by having this sort of what I see as a personal journey for me, but also see that I can still help or invest or guide others, however you want to say it. So thank you so much for taking the time out to tell me, to say thank you to me. Let's put it that way. All right. I said I was using the Thelema Tarot, right? Okay, so I have the card of Strength coming out. So the Strength card, other than representing the sign of Leo, the Strength card talks about, it's about taming your inner demons. It's about taming that part of you that is not strong, or that you see as a weakness. So it may be, your shadow side or your dark side, or whatever you'd like to call it. The Strength card talks about bringing everything together and living as a whole and complete truth, and accepting those parts of you that perhaps other people haven't liked or appreciated in you. It's about loving every part of yourself unconditionally. Okay, behind that we have the Queen of Wands. So this is your reward here for putting this effort and energy into yourself. This is about understanding that by following this here and understanding the need for personal love, respect, you become a Queen of Wands. So you become someone who's very passionate, involved in life, very engaged with people, and very beautiful inside and out. Okay, Seven of Wands coming in. So there's some sort of situation here that's pushing you to really engage with yourself, really love yourself, really embrace who you are. You're defending yourself here. So I always say to people, there is never a need to defend yourself. If somebody doesn't like something or doesn't like something about you, that's their problem, not yours. The only time that you really need to stand up for yourself is when you feel that there is a need there, but standing up for yourself because of something about you that people don't like, that's not necessary. You don't have to defend yourself and the beautiful person that you are. Okay, so we have a cup sitting here. Now, this to me represents a brand new start in love, and I feel like you're at the place at the moment to accept an offer. I think many of you have done the work and are ready to bring in new love, which is amazing. But there seems to be this feeling here of having to defend this for whatever reason. Now, why would you have to defend love? Maybe you have realised that the love that you've been receiving or the love you're being offered doesn't meet you where you are now that you're in this new energy. So you may be dealing with someone who doesn't meet I guess, your vibration, your expectations. This person is not right for you. You have lots of choices. You have to understand that, you know, sometimes you have to move away from love. So I feel like somebody's now offering you some sort of opportunity here that you no longer feel that you are right for. And again, it doesn't have to be a romantic love. It can be a friendship. It can be a family member. But it's sort of like you've got to the point where you realize that the love someone is offering you here isn't the right love for you. I feel like some of you are moving on, realizing that perhaps something you'd invested in is not bringing you the happiness you need. And this is in front of you here. So we do have the sun coming out representing your future. And the sun is the most beautiful card in the deck, as I always say, because it just contains all of the joy and happiness that you're looking for. So the universe is saying by moving away from this, you'll be provided with a very bright future. Okay, Eight of Wands coming in. So the Eight of Wands is a card of vast or rapid movement. Generally talks about messages going backwards and forwards, and it also talks about the arrows of love. Somebody's about to do something here. Okay, I feel it. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups coming in here. So you're moving away from something that's not emotionally fulfilling you for whatever reason. I can feel the cards about to flip-flop here. You've got someone here who's either returning to you or is coming back after a period of time of absence. Someone who is coming back where they were, but you've done so much work on yourself that this person is not right for you anymore because you've done all the work that was required. So there appears to have been a break here and then a reuniting. I think this is the defensive behavior, because I think what's happening here is you are working out that this person is no longer right for you. Okay, let's keep going and we'll see. All right, so some of you could be dealing with Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo, or this can be yourself. So while you've been absent from this person or they've been absent from you, you've been building up your own empire. You now have, you know, the finances. You've grounded yourself. So you've done a lot of work here. This is why you're coming up as being very powerful. You've put in the work. So I'd almost say that something happened here to trigger you to put in the work on yourself, because you are vibrating much higher here. And it's really funny because I had something like this in a reading I did yesterday. You are now vibrating where, well, closer to God, closer to spirit, whatever you'd like to say. You are now vibrating, or you're in tune with the universe here, and you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. So something is happening quickly here to make you realize that it may only be a movement, a communication, some sort of encounter that's making you realize that you've moved on. Okay, Four of Pentacles here. So the Four of Pentacles is about, you know, holding on to things that no longer serve you, hanging tightly to something. So I think for a lot of you, you've maybe been hanging on to someone's memory, someone's thought, someone's love, hoping for some sort of change, and nothing's changed. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups here. So you're dealing with a fellow soulmate or someone who was brought in to teach you a lesson, teach you how to love yourself. And I think you've mastered it. I think you've mastered this. And because you've mastered it, this person's now not in tune with you at all. They haven't done any of the work. We do have the King of Wands here. And this is what I was saying I could feel before. I feel like somehow or another your rejection or your walking away or your refusal to let down your boundaries now. Perhaps you had no boundaries before and you've learned to put boundaries in place. But because you are now not going to accept this person as things are, or you're going to walk away, this person's going to do and make the effort now. Yeah, there we go. The truth. This person's going to realize the truth here. Okay, very, very interesting. We have Victory. here's the person coming in with the real offer. All right. I could feel that before I even put the cards out. It was just a real energy of, wow, this person's about to do a 360, 180, 180, isn't it? Halfway around. Have you here working on yourself? Guys, you've done an amazing job. Look at this. Something you've had, some sort of break from someone who has really got under your skin, has sent you on this sort of spiral of working on yourself. If you've been doing the work, then you are about to understand why you're doing the work. If you haven't been doing the work, then you're going to be on the receiving end of having to do the work anyway. So whatever way round it goes. So sometimes we get very stuck in the logical and we forget that we are leading a spiritual life. When things happen that question your direction, question where you are, question who you are, there is a need there to work with that. There is a need there to accept that you're being shown that for a reason. That pathway, that opportunity, whatever it is being put in your path for the opportunity to change, accept, but move in the direction that's best for you. Unfortunately, some of us we try to look at it from a logical perspective and we go into denial, which creates all sorts of problems for us. And the one thing I've learned is it can physically manifest in your body. If you're not allowing things to move or things to go forward, sometimes, you can actually cause yourself physical distress. Here we have someone who's done all the work and has realized and moved away from things that no longer serve them, understanding that there are many opportunities out there for them to have what they want. Someone is returning here, coming back in, and making an offer. Someone who's not done the work. They've heard the call. They've understood that that was leading them in a direction they should have been going in, but they stayed in denial. Sometimes that creates tower moments for people. So it's that moment of realization, that epiphany, that sort of downfall that the universe is saying you're continuing on a path that is not meant for you, despite the fact you've had lots of signs and signals, and you've tried to deny or go into your logical brain, which of course does not work. So you have someone here who's returning, someone who's returning as they were. There has been no change. They've not looked into themselves. They've not tried to understand the journey. They've come back exactly the same. And what happens is then they are still where they were, and you have grown, understood self-love, understood boundaries, put all those things in place, and this person's having trouble understanding how that works because they're still in their logical brain. This sword here, this Ace of Swords, tells me that someone now has to see the truth. So in hitting that wall, in hitting that sort of refusal from you to accept them as they are, puts them in a new frame of mind here. They're coming up as the King of Wands. I love this because we have this and this. So this person here is not going to be happy. Even though you've had this victory, this person is not going to be happy. They're trying to express themselves in the best way they know possible. But in order to move on with you or move forward with you, they have to now put in the work that they needed to do. Not happy. Not happy at all about that. So there may be some sort of repercussions, some sort of dilemma here where this person has to understand that you've moved on and they've been left behind. Okay, interesting. So we have the card of faith. And it says here, have faith, trust your faith in this situation. So what you're doing now is you're encouraging them to do the work they need to do. I love these pictures. Look at the butterflies in this card. This is about rebirth. I think for you too, it's sort of real. You will have a realization of how far you've come in that time. It is the card of 12. 3. Have a great day.